Welcome back, everybody, to Learn Mortality Polar Night 10. Last time in Learn Mortality, Warhammer.
Warhammer.
What'll happen today? This is where you currently are.
Good news, everyone. The fuel tanks aren't ruptured. Murphy, how are the indicator lights on the dash? Anything on the engines?
Waterlogged as hell.
All right, we can probably cycle them to flush the pistons.
Senka, you shouldn't be moving too much with your arm still bleeding. Here, go to my sister.
Hello. Please stand still for a moment.
So my vision's kind of fuzzy. I don't think I can see out of one eye.
Yeah, you should definitely stop moving.
You've got a massive bruise under your eyebrow.
Lucy, you have 2 arms. I need you to do something.
Sure. What do you need?
As Murphy said, engines are flooded. What that means is we're probably gonna have to go outside, take the maintenance cowling off the engines, take the heads off the pistons, turn the propellers so that the pistons work and push the water out, and reassemble it. Only a few bolts. Well, Murphy already knows this as well.
You're gonna freeze the fuck to death. Stop.
I wasn't gonna go out, that's what I was asking.
So would he. Just saying.
Yeah, I've already dove once to get this thing up here. I'm freezing. I mean, I could brave through it, but...
Please don't.
Am I correct on the engines? That is...
Basically. The thing is... We're not gonna get anywhere even if you do succeed at that. Can't exactly take off from the water.
I don't expect us to, but we could probably use the thrust to push us along the water, basically like a speedboat. It reminds me of the time I was driving my sister's Jeep and I wasn't paying attention, fucking crashed into a river. But I didn't want her to find out, so I actually had to do that myself. I had a rolling girl had to help me pull it out. And I hope she's okay.
I'm sure she's fine. When we talked with Larry, you were able to hear her voice.
Assuming their bubble hasn't popped.
Anyone got any water?
Murphy's just gonna cockily open up the door and point.
Double water. Wait, it is.
Yeah, I know you can't exactly drink ocean water. Where the fuck else would it be?
Even if it's fresh, I don't trust that water. You understand?
That's why I was being a jackass about it.
There's also the problem with the plane wing. That got damaged in an earlier excursion.
Yeah, that's why I don't expect us to get airborne. Unless one of y'all got a welder on you. I'm pretty sure we're grounded.
Well?
Hence using the engines as basically, you know, like those airboats you see in like the bayou and like Florida and shit.
We don't talk about Florida.
Alright. That happened.
Shame.
Well, Louisiana I think does the same thing too, but
Oblivious seems to be okay from what I recall Larry saying. I wonder if we can actually have the butterflies. They're supposed to be stand-in for titanium. What if we use the butterflies to fix the plane?
that could possibly work. Aren't?
They're lightweight, as by design. They were meant for traversing through harsh environments like the deep sea. It should at least be able to follow up with turbulence.
They definitely keep the sail plane intact long enough to go some distance at the very least.
Hey, Murphy. This plane can traverse over water, yes? We can still move aside from takeoff, if we can get the engine going, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
The throttle low to conserve fuel. I don't think we got a chance to refuel after our last trip. Oh, wait. Murphy, you're... Did you get a chance to refuel, Murphy, before shit went south?
He just holds up his hand and is just like,
I came to the base, I gonna reveal what happened. Oh yeah, I wandered out to the Titanic now.
Right, that... I'm sorry, my head's a bit fuzzy. I don't mean to annoy you.
You know fucking shit, your head's always fuzzy.
he's just gonna kind of like bang open another cabinet over here, clearly looking for something that's normally in the plane. Just like,
What are you looking for?
Well, there should be like a emergency radio system somewhere in here.
Oh, you know what, Murphy? Is there a siphon inside of this plane by chance, or at least like a long tube?
he's gonna pull up one of the hatches on the
Oh.
top and pull down the oxygen mask. Toss you the tube for that.
That'll probably work.
Murphy, battery power status?
For what?
The plane?
No.
I think I can deal with the water log in the fuel system.
If we don't have any battery power, we have no way to light the engines.
Debatable.
He's just gonna hold up one finger and just be like,
I can make it light. You gotta get the water out, though.
Yes. Here, going down all the passenger seats, getting all the tubes for oxygen masks. I'm going to bundle them up into one form-faced tube. Jet fuel floats on top of water. We could siphon the bottom out until Encore tastes gasoline. So we can remove at least a large majority of the water to hopefully make the engine start. You said you can create a spark. Is that with looks them up and down sentiment?
Basically.
Are you sure your body is well enough to handle that?
It ain't gonna fuck with my body. It might fuck with the plane a bit, though.
Well, a plane that lands on fire still landed.
he just kind of whistles, turns around, sits down in the seat.
Hey, well, as long as I'm not looking at it, should be fine.
I have another idea as well. Spark should get the engines lit, yes, but as for any radio equipment or control surfaces, we might need additional charge. I have an idea. The lighthouse is still lit, right?
Yes, by some
I'm
unknown
seeing
means.
it right now.
Could be. There might be a battery backup.
I-
Get it to the plane.
I don't think that's a real lighthouse, Seiko. No offense. No, actually, all offense. What the fuck are you on about? Why would there be a battery in a frostbitten?
Well, wasn't there a lighthouse there originally, or am I just tripping?
No. I had flashed just the $5 steak, but that's definitely burning alive down there. Or boiling.
Really want to use?
Murphy!
What?
Let's dig
What?
in.
Huh?
I need to get on top of the plane. I need the dog.
Fucking psycho, what are you doing?
Stand up on top of the plane.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. He looks up through the fucking the window, just like dog, 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 scowl. Like, what are you doing?
Lucy, wait!
Hang on, Seiko. Give me a damn second.
A very sad rolling gold, missing a leg.
Oh, hello, Marbles. He's going to extend a hand towards the dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you'll see as the red vines twine up, turn into long fibrous strands, snap onto the front of the plane, and then wrap up and around your arm like a coil.
Ah, glad to see you two are alive, at least.
One of the faces looks out and, like, just kind of lets out a sound. It's not really any identifiable sound, but it lets out a sound.
Pat both of them with his other hand. That wasn't the one that was outstretched. Okay. It's very lucky for us that you're here. Do you think by chance you could use your ability to push the water out of the engine and back into the ocean?
They nod.
Good, good. He looks back to Murphy, thumbs up.
Murphy just again does the, like, arms to the side, like, huh? He can't hear you.
Lucy looks back and starts pointing at them. Dogs!
Murphy is just gonna fucking put his hat down over his eyes. Pretend like he doesn't see you anymore.
Good. Lucy would like to have them try to, with the aid of marbles, push the water out of the engine.
Okay. One will claw down, and then a red hole will open in the basin of the plane. It'll jump down through the ceiling. The other will follow it. That hole will close up. It'll dig into the ground next to Murphy. He'll, like, jump out of the way and just be like,
Lucy, this better work.
The dogs are good!
Yes, but the plane!
and then the hole closes up, and he just goes,
Okay, fine.
and then one digs through the floor. They both jump down into it. You hear a splash. The hole closes up, and then there's another dig, followed by waiting for a moment, a tunk, and then a hole appears in the ground, and then they swim out here, and then jump back up
Lucy
to you.
grabs them as fast as possible before anything bad happens.
There is some sizzling, but they go as quick as they can.
Whew. Oh, well done. Well done. Oh, God, you two need names. You two have been wonderful allies this entire time, despite, the doctor.
And there's just going to be a snap of Murphy's fingers. He closes his eyes.
Missing arm.
All right, there's just a ching, 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 and you can hear just a as the plane's engine turns on.
Oh, fuck yes.
Lucy raises his arms to the heavens. Yes! Okay, it's cold.
All right, get in here, sailor boy. We're going on a fucking adventure.
As the plane goes, it will pass by Weatherman. No, essentially just this will come by.
Alright, everybody in.
There would be a flutter up and around. All of them would curl in upon each other, just kind of ducking its head under the awning. It will shrink in. Very My Neighbor Totoro-esque. It will just stand there with its umbrella to the side of Seiko, staring straight forward.
Welcome aboard.
They go look up at him. Thank you for helping us.
And gently look down at you. Nod and look back up.
If it's alright with the rest of you, I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah, you do so. I'm gonna be going into Iso-Tilla if I can. God, this is gonna suck, but I need to know if anyone's alive.
If you go down there, could you do me a favor?
Yes.
Millie's main drive. Can you pull it for me?
That drive is massive.
Not the entire collection, just the main plus point. The kernel is being stored on that drive.
I think save your plots point because that's already technically true.
I'll see what I can do. Thankfully, surprisingly, the Fates have, well, fuck the Fates. Surprisingly, I am available to be very mobile down there. And I think, you actually still can help at least a little bit, despite your situation.
I'll point out that as you go, the light in the area just gets ever so slightly brighter, as you will see the clouds above clear.
Oh.
It's still nighttime, but the storm is almost completely gone.
Oh, that's good.
That's very pretty. I don't think I've ever seen the stars like this in a while.
One of the nice little joys of being down here. Been a bitch that we haven't been able to see it this whole time. Right. Iso-Tilla's coming up. You sure about this, Lucy?
I wouldn't be who I was if I didn't even try. Is there a way that you could position me over, that big hole that's inside the, next to the generator room in the living quarters? Not living quarters, mess hall?
Yeah, I'll steer us over there.
The plane is kind of just very gently coasting along the water on top of the flotation devices, basically. It's equivalent to riding on a raft, but you've got a lot more directional control than you did with Weatherman. So Murphy just kind of steers it over this way. You'll notice that a lot of parts of the roof have been torn off at this point. Bits and
That's
pieces
what I
of
was
vine are shooting out and are kind of like pushing and writhing at the sides of it. It's a horrible mess. One in particular, you can see has torn the roof off right where that hole is. And parts of it are even reaching out of the water. It is so tall.
There they are. Okay. I'm open to suggestions if anybody has a game plan, but my game plan is number one, I hope to find Bolt.
That'd be
That
good.
sounds like a good plan.
If Bolt is able to understand me, I can traverse much easier with hopefully the help of the lawful good flesh pit. But the worst part about this is the unknown. Lucy's gonna look over towards the Millie husk. This is a prototype, correct?
Yes, it is.
So it has incomplete seams.
Correct.
I would like to finagle around the head area. Is there a way that I
-2.
could grab the respirator? No!
Anyway. Just the respirator. Excellent idea. We'll treat this as a scrapping roll.
Oh no, I'm scrapping Millie. Oh, Millie. Just the respirator.
That's how this would work. Just the respirator.
I cry.
I just want to see how much effective points of bonus you will get from, say, a crafting roll. So you'll get a single scrap. You could try and make something with it.
Could I add Crazy Town to this as a reusable scrap?
I mean, if you're just going to try and mold it into the respirator to fill in some gaps, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Okay. And I have 2 parts from the electric generator I got in the shuttle loop.
Yes, you have a +2 respirator.
Okay. And I'm gonna eat that fish dish that Elsa gave me. Eating it on the way over. This is some good fish!
That's some good fish!
Le fish au chocolat.
Oh god. Maybe he's just gonna look at you eating that, like, probably whole fucking fish, whole chocolate, whole fucking spine of the fish like a fucking little gremlin, and he's just gonna be like,
How is that good?
You'd be very surprised. The chocolate actually really goes well with the flavors of the fish. And there's herbs in there too that are kind of like counteracting the bitterness of the chocolate. It's amazing.
You know what? I'll just keep it to my imagination. You can have it.
Oh, you gotta try this next time. We gotta save Elsa.
No.
No. Just no.
Alright.
Just
Any further plans or ideas for me to run down before I go? He's fixing the respirator to himself.
Fuck. If I had a way to message you, right? I'm basically worried about that.
he points at the giant tentacle.
Say that starts to try and crack in us, which I don't think it will. I'm gonna stay far enough away from it. But let's just say it does. How do we tell you to get the hell out of Dodge? You take a cat with you?
Oh, I'm definitely taking as many cats as Sika will allow me.
Okay, that'll work.
Wait. Lucy, like, standing there, like, slowly turns around towards Weatherman.
Blink, blink, blink.
How's the water for you? Because...
Weatherman will break off a small bit of itself and drop it into the water, and you'll see just a... It just kind of sizzles down.
Oh. Damn. Shit. Well, I was hoping that since you weren't, like, the dogs over here.
It'll then take its hand and put it in, and then pull it back out. Essentially making a show that parts of it are safe, parts of it aren't.
Is there a chance you could send in a bird after me? If something happens? Because if parts of you are and parts of you aren't, I don't want you to... I of course want to be selfish, but that would be very disrespectful to you.
Drips of red blood from the glowing red breaking sign. You'll notice that this isn't just like a neon light, this is actually floating flesh. Parts of it will drip down and form into a spot. It will reach its hand out. Ice will form around, creating a small bird. And essentially, just the smallest little drip of red will go into that spot. It's mostly ice. And he'll hold this and he'll nod.
Okay. I appreciate the sacrifice on that if something bad happens. Okay. Well, brother, sister, you ready? Yeah.
Do I have to be?
No, I'm not. I am.
Don't forget to take the catfish with you.
I'm ready to watch your back, Lucy. How about that?
And I'll drag you down. Wait,
No, Encore. Not the time.
I'll provide assistance, brother.
There you go.
Right.
You're learning.
Oh,
Encore. Do you have any of those candy rings that you can toss down for me to dive for?
you see his eye, like, start bouncing around his screen like he's searching for something. Oh, I found one. Plot point. That's
Yeah.
when he reaches into his mouth, like, I forgot that was there.
She does a small fist pump and just goes, I will play a game with it. Holds her arms smugly.
As soon as Lucy gets into the water and the cats follow him, the cats are going to latch on to Lucy's ankles and wrists and serve as little swimming
That's
engines.
exactly
Oh,
how I
love
had it
that.
imagined. I had that exactly imagined.
As you jump, Murphy's just gonna go,
Lucifer!
Yeah. Ooh. How quickly it's cold.
Don't forget to keep hope.
he smirks.
Oh god, my words. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna eat him now.
You know what I have to say to that? He puts the breastplate on.
What? I can't hear you over the sound of your heroism.
Middle finger.
Alright. And you dive down?
I dive down.
Alright. So, how we're gonna do this is it is going to be Lucifer's bronze plus rolling gold's power stat. If there is no bonus to it, we'll do a minimum of a +1 and your respirator in order to swim down against the ocean.
Naturally. Also, cheating. Encore. What water resistance?
True, add that +5. And I will mention to you, you are rolling against a bizarre field right now.
Lovely.
So you dive down. It's freezing, but with the assistance of Rolling Gold, Numb, and Encore helping you, the cold of the water is not present long enough to matter as you dive downwards past this red, sort of throbbing root, the sides of it wrapping and twisting up even further and further. You can still see it's almost growing upwards like a mythical Jack and the Beanstalk-esque visual. As the bubbles come up from the hole in Iso-Tilla, you dive past the roof, through the hole, and down into the basement. Drifting bits of metal machinery. Again, from the center here is where that massive root is coming. Out of these grates in the ground and tied up and twisted into it, you can see that it's basically the upper torso of Bliss's body. And it seems to be burning. Like a chemical burn coming off of it.
Okay. Let me get a bearing of where I am. He is going to begin swimming this way.
Alright, you come up to a door which seems to be pressurized and sealed.
Pressurized and sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Looking over towards the keypad area, is it still lit like there's electricity still running through the system?
It is dead.
Okay. Encore, teeth clenched closed so water doesn't get in. Just uses his arm, just boop, 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 knocks on the door.
Just knocking?
Yeah, just loud knocking as he can.
There would be no response.
Okay. Get to the seam of the door.
Mm-hmm.
Is it closing like left and right doors closing, meeting in the middle?
Yes, it is.
Encore's gonna go towards the top, and he's gonna make himself unstoppable. He's gonna shove his head through to see if there's anybody on the side.
Okay, give me a power roll. Murphy's not close enough anymore. Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah, you shove your head through, just dunk. Seems like this area has water, but you splish your head out. There's an air bubble here. Which quickly then the water from this area fills in.
Oh hey, looks like there's a
very short-lasted air bubble.
Encore sticks his head out and he is going to use the broken seam of the door and just begin prying open enough for Lucy and Co to fly through.
Yeah.
He's the big one. If he can get through, I can get through.
As you do that, sort of some of the water just almost pulls you in, Lucy, just from the current. Now this door you can see completely wrapped. It's almost like the door itself is red, made of flesh. And the flesh is sizzling.
Oof. Is it knit like how you would wrap something around a ball?
Yeah, like a
Like
big
layer
ball of
upon layer?
yarn, except it's made of flesh.
Lucy winces for a second and then proceeds forward, and he's going to lightly touch the flesh here. Lucifer's hoping that this remembers him and will let him pass through.
Okay, you're going to have to roll against the ocean again. Not because you're actually actively fighting it,
Because they
but
don't.
because of the cognitive pain that's shooting through it is so much that you're going to have to try and overpower that. So I'd like you to roll bravery.
Bravery. Straight bravery?
Unless you can think of something else to add.
Okay, middling.
And she'll pull away. Gently open the door.
Woohoo. Oh, holy shit, that's a sight.
Oh.
Lucy's gonna slip through.
The head
And look
turns to
around.
face you. You can see that despite everything, in sort of this wretched display of agony, only one entity in the room moves as if there is nothing here. He is just standing on the ground, and he turns to look at you. Parts of his skin sizzling.
Lucy swims forward, unable to speak, but giving a look towards Bolt. Lucy's excited to see him, still going around, and then realizes the situation that he's still in. Oh, God, the pain. He's gonna move forward. He's gonna look at the surrounding bodies.
Horrible, twisted mess of chaos. And you see his eye. Looking at his body, nothing had changed about his stature. But the iris, it's shrunken in. The shocked expression frozen on his face.
Lucy moves forward, comes down, places a hand on his shoulder. He's gonna look at him in the eye.
The eye wavers, but eventually, through a lot of force, it meets yours.
And he reaches to his leg. He's gonna pass over one of the cats to him, knowing it doesn't help pain, but maybe it can help whatever that pain is causing. Hate, emotion, dread. It's a sedative. At worst, it's a kind gesture.
You'll see his expression stays for a moment, and then his shoulders just gently untense. And a sort of single bubble just up into the air.
Lucy's gonna actively look around, see if any of the main bodies of Iso-Tilla are being held somewhere, being maybe held aloft from the water.
You will notice some are strung to the ceilings, legs caught in vines, some are stuck under rubble, some have worked their way into the walls and are attempting to support the structure of the very room itself. Some are thrashing about wildly. Some seem to have just accepted and aren't moving at all. I think at some point Lucy would look to the console.
Mm-hmm.
And by all accounts, that shouldn't be there.
Oh, yeah. Lucy's gonna pat bolt and push off, leaving the cat behind, at least for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
He makes his way through the writhing tentacles, lightly dodging them as they're just in pain. Comes over here. He sees Tiller. He sees extension of you. He sees extension of you, and his eye gleams. That little hope that Murphy was bitching about earlier. He's gonna reach out for it.
Essentially, how it looks is normally it has a lot of veins coming down as a cloak, almost. Now those veins have been crisscrossed and plastered against the wall of the sort of computing chamber, and they have interlinked themselves with the room itself. What you see is a butterfly splayed out as one would be under examination in maybe a pin box. A specimen on display. No motion comes from it.
Is it fully still? Or is it still, like, showing any, not signs of life, but signs of cognition?
Parts of it do occasionally glitch, as it normally does. It does not show any signs of being aware of its surroundings.
Lucy's gonna move up. He's gonna reach for extension of you, but not all stands are physical like his siblings. He can't offer a comforting hand to this one. However, there is somebody else who can offer comfort. I would like for Marbles just to be laying on top of a portion of extension of you.
Yeah.
And he's gonna start looking for the Colonel.
Why don't you give me a brains roll?
Hug Millie. Hug her while you can.
Against all odds, you will come across a collection of data drives. You don't know which one is it, per se, but wouldn't hurt to just take all of them. They're waterlogged. Some of them have been bashed by rubble, but because there's no power, you can take them out without fear of electric shock.
Lucy runs his hands along where the ports are, looking for the release triggers.
One of the specific holding chambers has been covered over by the red veins of extension of you. It's like it's been highlighted.
Beautiful. Ah, my heart. Lucy is going to be placing a hand on top of those veins.
They pulse gently as if there's a heartbeat.
He runs his hand down alongside it, finds the release trigger. Something as important as this probably has multiple. He goes around, releasing it from its socket.
With every release, a vein snaps, a little blood sprays into the water. And just you take it out.
He turns, he locks eyes with Encore. Encore shrugs. They both nod. He hands it to Encore. Mouth.
You've got 5 core processes of the Millennium AI. Waterlogged as hell. One of them has been protected from water damage, the one you just got. Seems like one of her last efforts was to protect this hard drive, whatever it was.
Beneath his respirator, despite everything, there's a soft smile. She tried. Now, seeing all this, seeing Tiller in the corner, the worst part about Lucy is that he was a very tactile learner. He's not very computer savvy as compared to other people. He wouldn't know what else to grab. So he's just gonna scrounge through and, hey Tali.
Hey.
I would like to scrap the Millennium AI. And see if there's any other pieces of Millie throughout that I can grab that may hold some sort of data.
So you're gonna make a scrapping roll to scrap the Millennium AI. That is fantastic. And because you're specifically choosing to do this, I'm so glad you chose to do this.
Yes!
Add a +5. Because you're being helped by Millie.
Let's go! I want her to be 75% of her is still one piece of her.
Oh, this is fascinating. Okay. Dang, I never drew an art for this because I legitimately didn't think of it. Okay. That's fine. I can describe it.
Wait, you didn't anticipate us coming back for Best Girl?
No, I didn't anticipate you finding this particular thing, but Jared said those specific words, and I'm just like, okay, alright, sure. In your process, you know how the extension of you had snaked up this sort of holding chamber here?
Mm-hmm.
You'd assumed previously that it was some sort of coolant cell. As you're taking things apart and you kind of pull aside the glass, you take off the cap, you pull back some sort of mechanical curtains, some wires, some other parts. Huh. There's another body in there.
I saw this coming so long ago.
But
What?
it doesn't look like any of the bodies you've seen so far, is the thing. At all. Also, there is clearly no life behind the eyes. This is the equivalent of an empty husk.
Wait.
I thought that looked far more like a cloning container than a fucking server.
Absolutely.
Ew.
She was made up a body.
You had to guess she was trying to find a way to make herself a body. Got there.
Fuck.
It's got parts of Tricky. It's got a little bit of darker skin on the cheeks. It's like a patchwork Millie is the best way I would describe it. The hair is long and stringy. Again, the eyes are empty. There seem to be no eyeballs. The mouth kind of droops. It's missing one of the legs. Extension of Yu's body, coming down the center where the tail is, goes up, forms a red, rubbery spine that shoots back up into the base of this body.
Oh, it's like. Oh God, what do I do here? That's so fucked, Tali.
Very! So, congratulations, Jared. You have found a relic from the Millie villain ending. Do with it what you will! It is there.
What the fuck do I do? What do I do with this?
Lucifer.
Lucifer looks up. He looks at extension of you. He looks over towards Tiller. I'm gonna assume fully lifeless.
Pretty much, yeah.
One of the things he came for was Millie, but that's not his purpose for diving down here. He needs to see if there's anybody else. That was his mission. That's what he has to do. He's gonna look back at extension of you, and he's gonna swim away. He's gonna leave Seiko there to be hugging Millie.
So, as you leave, I want to share a little bit of a thing that'll be going through Lucy's mind that I wanted to tell you out of character. But you're a stand studier, and since the manifestation has remained behind, it makes sense that the sort of first stand in your experience to encounter with theoretically infinite durability would never go away after the user's death. In a way, it's a post-mortem stand. More so, simply here because they're here.
Oh. That thought runs through Lucy. As long as there are maggots alive, extension of you won't go away. Which means, as long as there's somebody to carry on extension of you, we still have that connection to Millie. He's not gonna take extension of you here. No, there's somebody else that needs that funny spine going through.
Just gonna leave the Millie body here in hopes that it'll be safe.
One last look at Bolt and then I go.
Yeah.
Corporal?
Dude, I have no idea how to make anything we're doing here. I'm just here at this point.
Yeah, I don't know what to do either. You got any ideas? Fucking...
Do we have enough... Alisar, did you get enough of that material?
Whatever he's doing seems to be doing quite a good job. The structural integrity of the base, not so much, but look! She points to a pile of metal. Metal!
I guess we can start working on getting the pressure suits built.
You need, like, machinery and shit to do that? No offense, but, like, how are we going to do that?
Honestly, I was hoping Ansler would just kind of magic it together somehow, because he's an engineer. I have no clue.
Oh, yes, that's what engineering is. It's magic.
Fucking now. I can work on it, but like... Look, mate, the best you're gonna get out of me is a giant-ass metal box, okay?
Just gonna reach over, just tap Larry on the shoulder, and just be like, tap tap, and then gonna motion over to Oblivious.
She puts her hands on her hips and smiles proudly. I am a well-known designer of blueprints.
I already have the blueprints. The problem is we don't have the tools to shape the metal into them.
She's gonna just hold up her hand and you'll just see as like a little blue illumination shows up into the air, just like kind of spinning around doing that classic future holographic thing, and she goes, yes, actually, these are quite well defined. Oh, it's even got schematics for how I could resize it to different people's bodies. Nice. I'll need that for you, Uncle.
Go figure.
I figured you need it for Goose, and she's, you know, female.
No, I think she can fit into the base one.
Fair enough.
That being said, though... Well, I can do my best. No guarantee it'll work, but...
Okay, we're gonna take one of us out of here. Who are we gonna take out, then? It's like we only got enough for, what, one suit, theoretically?
Yeah.
Apparently. Doesn't mean that can't change. Honestly, I think you should be the one to go up, Larry.
Yeah, probably.
Well, for anything's up there, you got the highest chance of being able to blow it to smithereens.
I just also don't want to leave the base unprotected.
It's not unprotected. We got like the strongest walls in all of Iso-Tilla here.
They might be the only walls in all of fucking Antarctica at this point.
We also got Oblivious.
I can make walls.
See? Look, if big old hammer bloke comes back around, we'll just, I don't know what we'll do, actually. You raise a good point.
I'm the only one who can attack beyond the walls is the problem.
Well, he doesn't have to know you left. He ran away because of you. What's the chance he's just not going to come back because he's scared of you?
It's not like Oblivious hasn't made illusions of other people before. Crack's neck.
That is a fair point. I wonder if he's colorblind. she'll hold up her hand and you'll see a fucking blue Larry show up. It motions like you, it pulls out a cigarette, it lights it, it smokes. She smiles. How's that?
You know, if you're looking through ice, it's probably actually a lot more believable. It might work.
Might make him pause, which might give you guys enough time to figure something out at least.
You know, I've also spent enough time studying you that I could do, you know, this. I bet that'll scare him real hard. Look! Aren't you feeling threatened right now?
Mary looks around at himself, kettles him on through his boot, kicks one of them up, catches it. No, not really.
She pouts. Fine, spoil my fun.
Trust me, I would be if Act 3 was actually out, but Act 1's sitting over there in the corner.
Act 1, peace sign.
I wouldn't put past Act 3 to actually just blow me to smithereens. For a joke.
Shitty fucking stand. I feel you, mate.
He puts a hand on your shoulder.
It's a hard world out there for us stand users with shitty stands.
How do you keep losing your damn stand?
I made the horrible choice of falling asleep. One time. Look, all I'm saying is, this guy, I ain't gotta know he's just a shitty stand.
And Solar kind of flicks Illusion Larry on the nose. It bounces off.
Shit, he's like even physical. That's weird.
Elisar's just been going around this whole time, just doing upkeep on the dome and getting some stuff in place for the construction of the first suit.
Alright.
I have a really stupid secondary idea. It might work though.
Well, go ahead, put it out into the air.
We could use some butterflies to like cover over Elisar's front cage, and maybe that might make it so he's not, you know, boiling like the rest of us in water.
Like a diving bell of some sort?
More like a snow cap over his grill, but, you know, that it stays with him. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like turning him into a diving bell so one of us can go up.
Well, that too.
You know, I'm going to repeat this in case you needed to hear it again, but all of you staying down here for my sake is not necessary. You can just leave me. It's alright.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Eh.
Just saying. Look, we already risked our fucking lives to save you once. Throwing it all away just because you don't care whether or not you live is stupid. Fair point. I just did not want you to hold back on your strategies because of me.
Not really the holding them back, it's more trying to have contingencies. I'd rather have somewhere to retreat, be able to theoretically retreat to, than leave and have the castle stormed.
How's it looking, Elisar? Do you think we can start trying to put things together?
Elisar nod.
Okay. Big strong guys. Bring some metal over. I'll show you where to put it.
Yeah, that's something I can do.
Yeah, so you won by a 19. That is a maximum tier item. That is a tier 15, which grants a plus 12 or a flat 46 roll, equivalent to an S rank stand.
Alright. Who wants to guess rank wearable? What sort of functionality does it have in its design? As far as protection goes?
Yeah, essentially it has temperature regulation built in, respiratory system, an oxygen tank on the back, which there have been oxygen tanks scattered throughout pretty much every map that I've been allowing you guys to see as a possible way to get through the wave collapse. So this room does have an oxygen tank, and you can grab it.
Okay.
So you can place that on the back. It has the respirator, it has night vision, and it also has a heavy metal boot so that you can walk on the ground, as well as a small suspension bladder if you need to, like, swim up. So essentially, you'll have a spacesuit movement underwater with it.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the catch. The blueprint you're using on this is Bliss's initial design. The suit has some sort of fatal flaw. You don't know what it is,
Once you put it on, you can never take it off.
but there's something weird about it, so just be aware of that.
I'm gonna reach into my coat and pull out a fucking fish dinner and something I had since the beginning of the game, a full set of military rations. Might as well get in the last meal before fucking off into the ocean depths.
Is that chocolate? Can I have some?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Can Ansler take the heal?
Let's look at take the healing item. It's 1d4 6 plus 4.
You're gonna eat it. Ah!
Fish or chocolate?
Well, yeah, there's like 2 things the military doesn't skimp out and sell to the highest bidder. It's fucking underwear and food. Lowest bidder, sorry.
I'm not gonna ask about that first one.
Aye.
Well, we spend all day doing a lot of exercise and hard work. Do you expect us to work underwear that
I
cheap?
said I wasn't gonna ask. Stop answering my question.
Alright, okay. Undergarments aside, Larry, mate. You know, I had my reservations at first. I know when we first met each other, it was kind of a whole big mess. And you kind of probably thought I was a bad guy, and I thought you were kind of a bad guy. But we kind of got over all that, and I just wanted to say that, look out there. Hope you make it.
Thanks, but you're not wrong. If you had bitten anyone, I would have blown your head off.
I tried, at least.
And don't worry, Ansler, he's just a grouch about vampires. You should see what Murphy got.
Eh, what happened to Murph?
Nearly died.
Deserved.
We built that suit with the highest level craftsmanship. Why the hell are they acting like this is the last time we're gonna be seeing him?
Oblivious just goes, I think it's more just a ceremony, just in case. I don't know. You should know better than I do. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this thing's really clunky to move in.
You look like a fucking spaceman.
Alright, how am I getting out?
Probably with the, points at the ball. That or, I don't know. I could just make a hole for you. I could squeeze you through like Ancelor.
I think Alistar will nod.
Alright. Yeah, see if you two could get like an actual farm started.
Yeah, I was considering it. I need dirt
I don't know
though.
if we have any
Real
dirt,
dirt.
actually.
Well, we'll look around.
Oh, and Larry, if you do all manage to meet back up, pull me out. One go give me brother a cloak in the head.
Alright. I wanted to start looking around this place a little bit more and see if we could do some more scrapping.
If you don't mind sharing that spot, it's probably all going inside you when I'm done. Clonk. 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 Are these stairs even here, or am I just
They are.
slowly hopping down a cliff? Oh, cool.
You're kind of just like
Clonk.
dunk, dunk, dunk. Very light, bouncy.
Clonk.
As you two come out, I will need Larry to roll against the water, but it's very unlikely that it'll actually beat the suits.
I got a
Yeah,
20.
you're fine.
Would you like me to roll iron defenses?
Yes, I would.
14.
You are also fine. The water seems to rush around you, but with that little ice cap on you, it's not getting into you, it's not hurting.
Check the garage. Yeah, looks like the garage. Boy. Boy.
The door of the garage has been completely sort of ripped off its hinges. You can see boxes and papers floating in the water, sort of turned to mulch.
Do we have a buggy in here? Yeah, it probably got washed away.
If you would recall, the buggy in here is the one you took to the mountains.
Alright. Well, let's see what I can get in here. Scrapping roll. Really shitty
Yeah.
scrapping roll time.
Underwater
Okay.
scrapping roll! Rare Larry win moment, win by 4.
For scrap,
Should've brought this
we're
last biscuit in here.
we're 2/3 of the way to another suit.
Hold on, come here. I've been carrying just a like giant armload of machine metal.
Shoves
Come
the
here.
whole generator into Elisar. Oh my
I'm
god.
hungry. Feed me.
Alright. So there's 2 spots left. Well, we could check the tunnel loop, I guess, but we should probably head towards the throne building. Because that's where Flex team was gonna be. And if they're in trouble, I'd rather get them out of trouble. Well, out of trouble quicker than later. Sooner than later. So, you want to head there, or do you want to head up, check on the, Okay, we're going to the thing.
But I think Elisar is going to head towards the shuttle loop.
Let's have that little scene then, Duncan.
Hey!
Back on the top of Mount Evans, huddled against the cold, tinkering and working away at a destitute radio station.
Alright. Oh boy, it is cold. I am ever grateful that the small desert island that we are so happy to coincidentally get stranded on is also equipped with, instead of palm trees, an entire communications array.
When you put it like that, it sounds bullshit that we ended up here.
I bet McGilligan would have been happy to be in our scenario.
Oh, for certain.
McGilligan, did you just combine McGilligan and MacGyver into one character? I love it. Okay.
Did I not say it right? Whatever.
It's Gilligan's Island and then MacGyver, so you made McGilligan.
It's not McGilligan?
No, it's not, but I love it.
That's canon out. That's canon
No,
out.
that's like perfect, like an AU name, you know?
Though, I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind the palm trees right about now. Oof.
Oh, don't worry, dear Fred. Once we get back to mainland, there's gonna be beaches and palm trees and the sun. Man, I miss that.
Sun. Yeah.
Oh, it is nice being able to see the stars without the light pollution of civilization. Actually being able to make out the constellations for once.
You know, it's a shame you never came down here for the Northern Lights. Or the Southern Lights. Shit. There I go.
What time of year would those be?
Gorgeous thing. Normally on the... It's the shame is we basically just missed it. It's right on the edge when the seasons change over. And the light coasts above at the right angle.
Given for where I am from, I've seen the Aurora Borealis
Oh, yeah?
a number of times. I consider myself quite lucky, but being able to see those, I don't think I've ever gotten the chance.
It's kind of like I don't know, when you're living down here, it's kind of like a holiday. Like everyone stops all their work, puts down their tools, gets the coat on, and just hangs out outside with like a cup of coffee and sharing stories, looking at the sky. It's a nice time when it comes around. It's a shame that it's not gonna happen anymore. I'm gonna miss those days.
I suppose I never really considered that. What it is that we're going to do once we actually escape. Given that everything's sort of fallen apart around us, I wouldn't think that you'd really consider this to be much of a home anymore, now would you?
I can't imagine anyone's going to want to stay behind. Those that do, I wouldn't force them to try and put this place back together. I mean, my whole life is here, but I don't know. I don't know if I have the energy to see it through again, you know? Just try something else. Stay away from Antarctica for a little while. Apparently the universe wants to tell me that.
Well, just looked at the sky. For eons, humanity's always looked to the stars for answers. What's the sky tell you?
I think the sky says it's gonna be alright.
That's the thing about space.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Perfect night to get a distress signal out, that's for sure.
Oh, no, well, that too.
What are you thinking?
Space is kind of like... Well, it's not actually like this, but from our perspective, it's the antithesis to decay. the antithesis to entropy. Down here, we don't even observe what's actually happening up there, but for 1,000,000 years in the past. And to actually even see anything change, it likely won't in your entire lifetime. So in a way, if shit goes horribly wrong down here, the sky is always going to be the same sky. So that's why I say the sky says that we're going to be alright. Because no matter what happens...
Because the sky is going to be alright, no matter what happens down here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a comforting sort of positive nihilism to that, I guess.
Yeah. As for us, well, that's a different story, but it's a nice thought.
Sorry, I'm just getting lost. Just staring upwards when I need to be staring at what's in front of me.
Yeah. Right.
We've got a signal to light.
Let's get these wires up.
More than just that, while we work, what do we do? Because I know we're not staying here. And of course, signaling this and getting this beacon lit up. Of course, we wouldn't be doing this if we thought we weren't getting out.
Right.
Life's not going to be the same. Not for a long shot.
You know, Doc, I've got no idea.
Well, I'll give you a hint. If you want to save yourself from 40-hour weeks of boardroom meetings, you can go jump in the ocean right over there. It's gonna be a lot of talking to people that we've barely even met. Who are, let's just say, a little bit higher on the food chain than we are.
That makes sense, though.
I need to know what's happened here.
I'm okay with that. Honestly. Boardroom meeting? Please. Normal boredom? Please.
Oh, to be back in the mundanity of an office building with the hustle and bustle of the city life going on outside, the honking of cars, I never thought I'd miss it.
Doc, when I start looking back for a cubicle, you know it's gone fucked.
A little bit too much of the wilderness, of the untamed wild for you. Yeah, maybe I'm starting to feel the same way. Maybe it's time I retire.
Yeah. About a good capstone to your research, I'd say.
Not many esteemed scientists get to experience undeath.
Survived the emerging calls of a new species.
That is one hell of a final chapter of my autobiography.
I mean, from your perspective, you survived a hell of a lot, so yeah. Write that shit. I'd read it.
It's nice to know that in my final tragedy and disaster that I've lived through, there's going to at least be people going back with me. I've been through a number of mishaps where I was the only one, Bliss.
I didn't know that.
Maybe I'm lucky in a way. Maybe in another way I'm cursed.
I mean, if you're truly cursed, I mean,
Yeah?
I would be dead right now, right? Huh? You've got at least one person. Dog barks. 2 people. Sorry.
Oh, but all due respect, Dr. Iso, we are dead.
Sort of.
Got better.
Got better. Would you consider we are 2 life forms that are separate from this entire scenario, yet intrinsically linked to it? We were created here, and we have the memories as if we didn't, but those memories aside, we're still life, in a sense, right? I don't want to go around wondering whether or not I am the 1% of Bliss Iso, or if I'm the 100% of this mess.
Fuck it, whatever percent we are, we're the percent that matters. Here.
Even if it's a new percent. The 101.
A new percent?
Think like Watsky. It was something entirely different. What's stopping us from changing? Going beyond what came before, that sort of thing.
It was our deaths were a diverging point.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know what to think about these feelings I've got. Because on one hand, yeah, they're mine. But on the other hand, feels like I don't own any of them. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep trying to be Blissey, so maybe I'll start trying to be someone else.
But truly turn a new leaf? Take on a new identity?
Wouldn't be easy.
Wouldn't be easy, but maybe it's the best way to move on.
I think it's the most respectful thing to do for people here. To make an end point. A capstone, if you will. On that autobiography, Doctor. Everything has to end.
There's a time for everyone.
Don't get too wistful on me. You still gotta help me wire this thing up. No passing away on me, alright?
Sorry, I'm just distracted by the stars again, that's all. They seem to be calling out to me. I think they want me to return home and maybe turn a new page as well. Maybe I've had enough adventure. Maybe I need to just, be there for my family again.
We'll set down the wires and shift, leaning up against the wall. Broken coat, half flesh billowing. Look up at the stars with you and just go.
Suppose there's no rush, right?
Perhaps there's more to it than me being there for my family. Maybe it's time I be there for myself. Okay, there are still more questions that we need to get past. How do we break this to United?
I've been trying to figure that out this whole time we've been sat here. Simplest answer, we ask for support and save the explaining for later. But, there's not exactly an easy way to broach it. I don't want to risk our chances of getting picked up. Not that I think they'd be discriminatory, but if we just go, hey, bunch of walking corpses here wanting a pullout. It sounds a little stupid, right?
It's not just us. There's Lucifer and Seiko. They're here too.
Assuming they're still safe.
I don't know
here.
if you... Right, Lucifer was recommended by Acer for this mission.
Why don't we start with that then? Tell them we've got everyone in one spot and we want to get out.
Okay.
Mention Seiko and Lucifer by name. And, I guess, what? This mountain. Use this as a place for everyone to get together in one spot.
Probably the best option we have.
Alright.
There was just one concern that I had. I don't know if there's much... I don't know if it's really all that warranted. Or maybe because I'm still stressed out, I'm just paranoid.
What's your thought?
Do you think once we get back... Do you think United is gonna try to pretend we never existed?
He sits there for a moment. Looks like he's about to say something. Stops. Furrows his brow.
Strange things have transpired here. Strange things that recontextualize our understanding of not only our lives, but our souls, Liz. Stuff like that, when there is such a large-scale conflict occurring right now, regarding such things, be too volatile just letting that out into the public. Dangerous things have been learned here.
Fuck. Be so fucking stupid, though. It's not like we're going to ruin everything by what we've learned. Hell, that's the whole point. We're supposed to learn shit and share it. How the hell they... But they... I can see them trying to do that. I can really see it when you say it like that, but I really don't want to see that. I want to argue that they'd be better than that, but... Well...
He is hoping, right?
We know firsthand that they're not. At least not all of them. Someone out there's got it out for me. Past me.
And then, of course, there's everything with Iris.
Lying to Lucifer. Sending him down here. Not telling him the whole story.
We still have Acer.
Yeah.
Someone I've actually met in person.
If we can get a hold of him, actually talk to him, not one of his proxies, but like the man himself.
Exactly. Someone who will actually be able to see past what we've become and still see that we're alive.
Yeah. That's probably our best chance.
Someone who cared, yes. I think it is too. Just leaving it up to the whim of whatever a company decides who may choose to view us as property rather than people.
How do we make sure
Assets
that we
rather than victims, yes.
Yeah, how do we make sure we get a hold of Asa then?
I don't know.
Alright. Can we use Lucy? As like... Oh god, I hate to say it like this,
Maybe.
but like as leverage?
No.
Like...
Honestly,
You know?
if it comes down to it, it might be our best option. How about before we send anything out to them? Because who knows at that point, at this point, it might not be the best idea to jump the gun on that. How about we wait until everybody else collects themselves here? Have a group meeting.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but what if we don't have another chance to send up a signal?
Damn it.
We don't know what's still out there. They could come for us at any moment. You know what, mad as hell. It's the one that started all this. Strapped us here intentionally. I doubt it's just gonna twiddle its thumbs and wait for us to all die. Starvation or something.
If it wants us all gone, it might as well. At this point, I don't think we'd be able to win a war of attrition.
Maybe that's why we haven't seen it since. No idea. Wish I could figure out what was behind those stupid eyes. It should theoretically be like me, but I've got no clue what it's thinking.
Well, they were given a chance to diverge. They have picked a path, I guess that is just unknown to us.
One that filled it with so much fury against everything that I made. Against all the people that I knew. Against my children, my family, my friends. I can't imagine what would possibly push me that far gone. Frankly, it's disgusting.
I think it's best we leave any sort of philosophical autopsy of this situation. We save it when we're home and safe.
Right.
How about we instead focus on getting there first? Between you and I, you're right. This may be the last chance that we have to send something out. Whether or not United chooses to make us vanish or not will be a problem that we handle once we actually get there. Hell, we made it out of this situation. How is United supposed to stop us if we want to take our own path?
Yeah, I can't imagine
Not
that
theirs.
much scarier than Mad as Hell and Devil and all those guys. Okay, let's do something. Something just to get the message out.
Alright. Should I just send out a Morse for SOS?
Sounds like our best bet right now.
Yeah.
With any luck, we get picked up by someone who isn't United.
And when's the last time you heard a bunch of zombies send out an SOS signal?
Frankly, never. But hey, that's always a first time.
At least if the one thing that anybody who comes across understands about us is that if we're in distress, that we need their help.
God, there's
Well,
gonna
who
be
knows?
so many supernatural thrillers that would be written about us.
Maybe they'll trust us. Maybe they'll trust us if it's like that sort of dynamic, that they understand that we want their help and we're not going to go eat them or something. right.
Well,
We're doing
that's
it.
for the future. Yeah, okay.
That's for the future. The present right now is us freezing to death on a tiny, deserted island that is actually the top of the mountain in the middle of an unnatural, flooded sea. Let's take this one issue at a time, shall we? And the first step that we can take towards all of these issues, past, future, and present, is sending out this distress signal. So what do you say we smack some wires together and light that old beacon? Light that campfire underneath the stars of the night.
He's gonna swing out the hole open and grab a Taliyah ladder, and then he's gonna pause a moment before he climbs, and he's gonna look back in.
And hey, if this happens to not be the capstone on your autobiography or whatever,
Yes?
well, I'll just say whatever comes next would make a pretty good capstone too.
What, being on the run from United until we...
Yeah, that's what I was
eventually reach
suggesting. Think about it.
Oh, great.
Think about it, though. I'm sorry, I was trying to be helpful. I don't want to scare you with that, but what I'm saying, Doc... God, fuck, I'm bad.
Autobiography of Public Enemy number
Stop.
1. I
Stop.
kind of like it, honestly.
Stop,
It might
I'm just
be an
trying
exciting
to...
new twist. You said that you were going to be turning a new leaf.
I was saying...
He just, exasperatedly, puts his hand on the side and just...
that I'll be with you so you're not the only one.
Serpinski and Iso, phantom whistleblowers of a tragedy beyond all human understanding. I sort of like it.
Public Enemy number 1 and 2.
Who gets to be number 2?
I mean, what horrible things have you done before I started this whole mess?
We'll draw straws on it later.
I still say I get to be number 1. He starts climbing.
Fine. Public Enemy number 1, I'll be number 2.
The dog barks.
And you... I think we forgot about you. You're coming with us. Public Enemy number 3.
Oh, excellent. Send out a signal. Hoping someone hears. So, Lucifer,
Hi, that's me.
you were searching for more survivors underwater, right?
Correct.
Can you just give me a brains roll real quick?
Naturally.
Escalation? I squint and narrow my eyes at the game. Escalation again.
I find everyone alive.
As you're going back through the underwater segments, you end up finding that one. The only entities that you come across are fizzing and broken corpses, all lacking any sort of motor function. Eventually, manage to surface. I'll need another bronze roll, please, just for the sake of the water and how cold it is. Through some odd combination of rolling golds in your stands, you're able to keep the cold away as you surface.
Great. Lucy moves up, respirator falling out of his mouth as he climbs into plane. Oh. Hey. Didn't find anyone. But I did find something. I couldn't find anybody down there that wasn't already part of the flesh pit. Bolt was down there, but I wasn't sure if I could do anything for him aside from brief niceties with cats.
Tali, the one cat that was left on what's left of Millie, do I feel anything from it besides cat?
Or roll precision. Are you trying to sense its emotions?
I'm
What are you
trying to
trying to
sense anything. I don't know exactly the core, but
You get a very uncomfortable feeling. It's like that cat is kind of covered in static electricity, vibrating painfully. It doesn't hurt you, but I don't know, it's like touching a live wire. It's kind of muffled though.
Interesting.
So, great news. I was able to get the Colonel, as well as some others.
Others? What exactly did you pull?
Well, there were multiple data drives next to the Colonel that I was able to get. I believe it's 5 in total, including the Colonel, plus I got a bunch of other parts from kind of rapidly grabbing anything that looked like it had data on it.
This is way more than I hoped for. Thank you, Lucy.
Maybe she won't be herself, but at least Millie will be Millie.
You know, I'll do my best. I'll seek out experts if I have to.
But I was very hopeful that Val, Dean, Eric, Tricky, anyone was able to get back before the flood.
Maybe
It
I'll
was
get
only
that.
like, what, 10 minutes of running?
They'd gotta have to be Olympic level sprinters to get that far. And that's like if they were lucky.
Maybe they'll hold up somewhere else. But
We gotta keep looking. We gotta find LSR in them as well.
Well, we know where they are.
As for all this, with the right experts in the right amount of time, some repair could be made. Perhaps, maybe not Millie herself, but Millie's daughter, maybe.
Do you really think that putting that thing back together is a good idea? Really, honestly, level with me.
If taught the right things, yes.
Yeah, that's what Bliss thought.
I saw extension of you down there.
Maybe I can. Who knows? Maybe I can. What's his name? Kind of leading in robotics and AI right now.
There's several people, maybe some people from, I don't know, Dream Corp would be interested with. Honestly, it's whatever Bliss wants, to be honest. I want Millie to be back, but that's not our.
I'm just saying. If you want my personal opinion on those drives, you take them and you chuck them back out into the water. And knowing how sentimental you fucking are, you're not gonna do that.
Gods no.
So that's why I'm saying to snap some sense into you to maybe think about it a little bit more than that.
Well, the best part about this, Murphy, is that until we're rescued, I have all the time in the world. Who knows, maybe you'll be our shining grace if we can get this thing out of the water.
I'll get you back to the continents, but I'm not putting back together a fucking super AI. You can count me out of that.
Oh, absolutely. I'd never ask you to do anything above your pay grade.
I don't even mean that. I mean, if there's some sort of a vote, or there's some sort of a argument, count me twice no.
It's a shame, she kind of fancied you. She said some nice words about you. But that's neither here nor there for the moment. If anything, it's just data on what's happened to you at Iso-Tilla.
Stop trying to get to my heart, Una. It's not gonna work.
No. No, I will not.
He grabs the steering rod.
Well, we got all the time in the world. Least you can do is not spend it yapping at me over why I'm a bad person.
You're right. But Uncle can keep you company up there.
For the record, I get it, and I don't blame you, Mark. I guess I'm just a fool in the end.
I thought you'd be at my throat. For daring to say something against your precious Millie.
My precious boy. What?
You're the one that was always down there talking to her. I clearly remember at least like 3 nights that I came back from my watch and you were still up talking whatever the hell. Just saying. You got sentimentality written all over you.
You're right. And I know that. That's why I'm not ripping a new one, because of course our feeling's going to be different. Me, Millie, someone special, someone I could talk to, someone I understood. To you, she's the crazy mad AI that killed all your friends. Of course you're not going to want to see her back. On the other hand, she was trying to learn. She was trying to be better, and I feel like we were so close to that. But disaster struck before we could see it through. Given time, things would have been different.
He just stops controlling it for a second and swivels his chair back.
So that's it? You think you're better than him? You think you're gonna do it right? Because you somehow know better?
I have no idea, but
I want you to be 100% certain. Not 80, not 95. 100%. Otherwise, you're gonna fuck it up. Bliss did. He made the damn thing.
there's wisdom in that. I have a lot of time to think. Basic recovery is going to take years to recover and cobble it all together, and that's even before designing any sort of system. Which, by the way, I'm not stupid. I'm writing at least 100 different lines of fucking safeguards in.
You notice he smirks a little bit and he just goes,
Damn, she really was important to you, huh?
I look over at the flower. I look back at Murphy and herein her eye. I think she was more human towards the end than anyone expected. She had formed a soul of her own. She had formed her own emotion. And I had a feeling right as the wave hit, right as I got this, she loved us. She loved me. She had the capacity to love. I think I loved her too. In my own way. Call me a fool. You're probably right.
You're smart enough. You don't need me to tell you that that could have been a program. That's what you want to call it? Can't exactly say you're wrong.
Murphy just sits back down at the seat. And you can see that he's also trying to hide it, but he's also kind of emotional right now.
I'm gonna get to that dead heart soon, buddy.
You're in an airplane. You can actually see this time. Yeah, sure, give me a brains roll at this point. The current, regardless of where you are, is going in this direction. So your airplane is pushed slightly this way, and you have to direct the course.
Oh, okay.
Murphy, have you noticed that the currents are all going towards that away? Points towards the light in the distance.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a weird focal point because we've seen that before the wave. Well before the wave, actually.
The hell is that thing, anyway?
I don't know, a lighthouse?
For what ships?
Looks in the other direction. Oh, ones that float, hopefully. Who knows, maybe the frostbitten were to gather there when this happened. Maybe it's like a safe haven, or even worse, a beacon.
Probably where that bastard holed up.
God, I can't wait to kill that thing.
I think we should avoid that thing at all costs at this point.
If we don't kill it, it'll kill us.
Actually, kind of surprised, Seiko. I know I have my temperaments. I thought you would have been the first in line to try and lop its head off.
I know I'm reckless, but I have one arm and one eye. I know what I'm beat. I just want to, at this point, we have a way out. I'm tired, and I have precious cargo. At this point, I just want to go home.
We'll figure out what we're gonna do once we get the others.
We'll incinerate that bridge when we come to it.
What's with you and burning things?
What do you mean with me and burning things? I don't talk about burning things that often.
No, I've noticed it a few times. Are you okay? Like,
You're like a pyromaniac streak or something?
awesomeism?
The fire's kind of cool, but that's not the point. That's nothing to do with anything.
Right.
Hey, Lucy.
Yeah.
Remember when I said there were no boats out here?
Yes.
Scratch that. What the fuck is that?
He's going to point straight forward.
There's a vessel out there?
You see a dark black shape silhouetted across the horizon. And you're on a course directly towards it.
Murphy?
Okay, coin flip go. Yes, no.
I mean, we could at least try and signal it.
You got a bright idea for a signal? Be my
Lane
guest.
lights. Lane lights.
Waterlogged. Sorry, we didn't decide to drain the lights when we were turning the thing on.
I've got a
You got a flare?
Makes no sense for it to be a ship out here already, I don't think.
Well, naturally, I'm hoping that it's like Ellison was found a craft or something to be on.
You think they found a boat?
Is it the rest of you? Turns around to Weatherman.
Weatherman will shake his head.
Okay. I think we should still investigate it because it could be like the survivors that we've been looking for. Knowing Val's ingenuity, she probably found a way to turn titanium into a flotation device.
That sounds stupid as hell, but okay.
And you approach. Yeah? You're not going away?
I don't think so, unless anybody
I think this is a very bad idea.
then convince Lucy, because Lucy thinks it's a good idea. Jared does not.
Lucy, we don't have enough information. And it's weird that it should be here in the first place. I've got a very bad feeling.
Judging by the water, it is going towards the lighthouse. Just saying.
We should at least...
We need more information.
Hey, Tali, this thing, would you say it's like a quarter mile, half mile away?
At this point for you to see it? Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. I think we should at least know what it is. So, what about shooting a flare at it? So you got a flare in here, right, Murphy?
Plot's point, he has to fight the universe.
Yeah. Here.
Alright. So, I'm going to try and illuminate it.
Oh, this is the part where the survivors die. Alright.
Hey, he made it this far.
Keep a hand on that throttle.
Does that make me top tier?
Let's not get too high, that.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, he's gonna coast the plane so that the entrance door opens and allows you to stick your hand out and do whatever you want. It's about... and it's down in this direction.
Lucy is going to take out the flare. Should I specify flare gun?
Unless you want to throw it with Encore, yes.
And Lucy's going to aim an arc far above it so that it'll be lighting up the area.
Alright. And your flare above in the air and just illuminates for a moment something in the water.
Oh, that's
They had the caravan.
that's
And they gave it floaties.
that's surprisingly
That is totally a Val thing.
You know, despite the monstrosity that this thing actually is, that's actually surprisingly a friendly sight.
You recognize the silhouette. It's half the caravan. But oh, it do be wrapped in red vines. And as the flare just kind of descends on top of it, you can see there are forms huddled on top of it. You can't make out who, but someone's on top of that.
Oh, that might be somebody from Iso-Tilla. Murphy, I think we go a little bit closer, so I can scream at them.
Screaming distance, sure. Psycho,
Yeah.
watch Mr. Hero's back, okay?
Lucy, you feel Rolling Girl take a hold of like the back of your shirt.
Like a slingshot. We're within shouting distance.
Hey, who's over there?
Can you roll bronze to yell? You do not hear anything, but you will see something. You see an arm stuck over the side of the ship. Just laying there.
Oh God. Yeah, it looks like there's somebody humanoid over there. Murphy, move us closer.
On it, Captain.
What is that?
I don't like the look of this.
I think that looks like Dean. Dean! Val, Tricky!
There is no immediate response to that, but at your yell, you see a little bit of movement. And from this angle, you can make out everyone else on the back of it.
Wait, those twin-tailed silhouettes? That's Tricky! Murphy, get us close.
Yep. Get as close as we can. I don't want to hit it.
Yep, no worries.
That's about as good as you're gonna get.
Alright. Hey, brother, jump good? Yeah! Let's scooch closer to Weatherman.
Mm-hmm.
A little closer to Weatherman. A little closer to Weatherman. Sorry, I need a little bit more space.
Weatherman does not move. But what does happen is an encore-shaped hole starts to form in its belly to allow you more space.
It's amazing! And then encore. And he goes, and he pushes down where the plane moves down just a little bit, and he uses like a trampoline. He's gonna leap through the air.
You leap through the air, pirouetting, landing down.
He's gonna grab onto those ice spikes here.
Okay. There's a doom, doom, doom on the side of it. It kind of heaves to the side a little bit. You'll notice Dean's body rolls, and Tricky grabs onto it with her hand. Seems she's clutching both of them close and has her head down.
Alright, Encore Express is here. Good to see everyone.
And you hear from her, Val, something hit the ship. And Val turns her head over. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, hey.
Hey, Val. How you doing?
Good to see you. Oh, my goodness. Trix, it's all right.
Oh, right, you can't see me. Okay.
A little bit of a
Oh.
pickle here. You'll notice that
Yeah.
Val's bottom legs have entirely, unwound, essentially.
Oh, you do not look good at all.
Can't say
Okay.
I feel good. How are you?
I'm doing alright. Went for a swim earlier. It was pretty fun.
Eye turns over. Nice plane.
Yeah, we were able to get it going. Murphy is useful. I'm sure he's excited to see everybody. I'm sure everyone in there is excited to see some friendly faces.
And he'll hear Tricky just go, if you have any medical support of any sort, please immediately.
Oh yeah, my brother is trained in that kind of stuff. He Encore does big hand motions. Get the fuck closer, Murphy, as he moves over, and he grabs Val and puts Val over his shoulders. Tricky, it's weird to getting picked up by an unknown force.
Very weird. She lets out a squeak.
Pat's head, 1, 2.
I feel like one of the cats would climb up on Tricky's head.
She's gonna be holding on to Dean and Eric. She's actually strong enough to do this. No problem.
Lucy and Num are going to be standing at the entrance. Hey, Val. They're kind of stanced up They look like they're ready to catch Encore. Makes himself unstoppable until his family's there, which he will politely embrace.
Are you just going to jump back over with all 4 of these on your back?
Oh, absolutely. If this is as close as Murphy's getting.
Yes, it is. He refuses to get closer. Give me a power roll.
And sibling teamwork for catching him.
Yeah, sure. There's not much stress here. I will let you do this pretty safely. However,
I'll use
you know what?
resolve. This is important.
You know what
to me.
is here? Murphy universe.
Yeah, good thing I was resolving.
Very good thing.
I'm gonna keep
That would actually be enough to kill Tricky. So yes, very good thing.
Yeah, don't worry.
So it's a little shaky. You do have 4 people on you, but you are able to essentially jump over with them, and you will notice these sprouts are coming out of them. Val's is the
Oh, the
biggest.
sprouts are from them!
Oh yeah! Oh yeah, they are! Tricky seems to be doing the best out of all of them, despite...
Right, they're unraveling.
Yep, they sure are!
Seiko waves her stump at Val. Hey, Val.
Ah, twinsies. Nice.
I got a little fucked up.
Yeah, you get a little bit thrashed by the vines. Sorry, not much control of my legs. Sorry. And you'll hear Tricky go, "What's happening to them? I don't know what's happening to them. This just happened. The water hit, and they just started falling apart."
I think it's a response. I was able to dive below into Iso-Tilla earlier. They appear to be... I think the water is actually harming the coral part of them, is what I'd have to take a guess on. As he moves over and he starts seeing what he can actually do for trauma medic.
Yeah, so what are you going to try and do? That is a great question.
I guess the first thing that Lucy would be looking for is a heartbeat. Given that these things are moving and flailing around, if there's still electric synapses going through the body, there's a chance that could get jump-started. It's gonna walk by. High five, Val. Good to see you.
She'll definitely high five back. She's
Yeah,
grinning
you
despite
should put
the clear pain.
He's gonna go over to Eric.
Tricky's gonna follow you. We set up the raft as fast as we could. There is only so much time. The water hit, it knocked it over, and then we started moving the water out.
You did well, Tricky.
And
You did what you could.
it didn't do good enough.
We can't go back, so it was good enough for what you could do.
I fell out, and he had to save me.
Well, let's make sure he can thank you for bringing him out of the water.
Right. As far as you can tell, there's movement, of course, but he seems dead.
What is with the water that's making him still be like this?
So there's no pulse, there's no eye movement, none of that. But the vines that are coming out of him are moving.
So this is fresh water.
Oh, just a quick tip, Lucifer. Don't drink the water.
Noted. Thinking
It's
about
like
how sometimes his
acid.
mouth can spit it out.
Not fun.
Acid?
Oh yes, burns all the way down.
It didn't feel like acid, Lucy.
No, it didn't.
This is fresh water, and I don't have the same abrasions as you do, obviously. It has to be something with the fresh water interacting with the coral. Is it like desalinating your cells?
Very scientific. Maybe. And then Tricky goes, but if it's the coral, why isn't it affecting me? I can touch the water.
And?
That's interesting. Did you use your bubblegum ability or something on yourself?
No.
The hell, Tali?
Oh, that's stupid, Millie, but that would totally make sense for Millie. it can't hurt her because it's killing the coral, and her coral's already dead because she's a vampire. That's great. Millie.
Oh,
Millie's very literal.
really? That's it.
I want to also mention that I rolled for these guys all out of game, and Val's first inclination was to take the Twin Towers and turn it into flotation devices. She did great.
Good job, Val.
She killed it.
Well job. Good done.
As you're working on Eric, Val is gonna go, oh yes, if you're wondering why we're so fucked up, it wasn't just the wave, by the way. There's some nasty stuff out in the water. Oh yes! Giant fish, big teeth.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the thing almost got me. Pretending to be my sister.
I scared it off by showing it I'm the better shark.
Good on you. High fives again.
Tricky just goes, we got lucky. Better shark wins. She high fives Lucy. Also, I want to mention Val is literally a torso laying on the ground high-fiving you this whole time.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I've been playing into that.
Does anyone have any water that isn't from outside?
I can spit in a cup.
Why are you looking for the salt water?
Well, if they're being desalinated, maybe we try resalinating them.
You'd need a much more higher saturation of salt in order for it to not be considered fresh water still.
I can just go dunk my feet into I don't know, the room Murphy's in. I'm sure there's a lot of salt in there. Sorry, my brain's kind of fried right now. All I can do is crack jokes. Everything seems very funny.
You're dealing with shock. It makes sense.
Is that what's happening? Ah.
Yeah.
I think I like shock.
I take my bit of salt. I run over to Murphy. Murphy, I know you're joking, but actually spit.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Okay.
He'll do it begrudgingly, but he'll do it.
Alright, so this will be mostly salt, a little bit of liquid. Thank you, Murphy, I appreciate it.
You're never getting me to do that again.
I might have to. Val, you mind being my guinea pig?
I'm not a guinea pig, I'm a shark.
You're a pretty shark. Here. Be tough like a shark. And I'm going to apply the liquid, mostly salt mixture and see if it helps at all.
Okay, so where are you putting the salt mixture?
Right on the base of where the roots are taking form.
The base of the vines will stop wiggling.
That feel any better?
Less floppy. Less floppy?
Less floppy. Does it look like it's restitching itself together at all?
Nope. It's like a bunch of sad noodles.
Well, I know how to get the flopping to stop.
Surprising.
Did I make a
If
big
anything,
roll?
you've washed off that original water.
Yeah.
So Dean seems to have the same problems going on. I would love her medical knowledge right now.
Is there anything I can do to help? I feel so useless.
Well, you're different somehow. He's gonna start, like, examining, looking at her pupils, looking at the coral.
Looking at her pupils, you say? What do you do to do that?
Eyes to the pupil.
Just look at it? You don't, like, spread her eye open to look closer?
Okay, yeah, Lucy would do exactly that because
Okay.
that's how you've been trained.
Then give me a
Trained
bronze
with-
roll, because this is really funny if this happens.
Looking for dilation and whatnot.
Damn, okay. Alright. She'll flinch away and she'll just go, hey. I don't like being examined. Sorry.
Oh, apologies.
Keep talking to me, Val. You doing okay?
No, I'm doing swimmingly. I think I have 7 legs now. That's neat.
You're like Ursula from that one movie, but cool.
She's got like 10 legs. I need at least 3 more.
Well, the first thing you probably need to do, at minimum, is expunge whatever the water did to them. Tricky, you might want to look away for a second.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna wring Eric dry. Don't take that out of context.
And that's not going to hurt him in any way, you're sure?
I've done this exact procedure on myself before, so I hope not.
That's reassuring, still weird. Okay.
Lucy is going to take out his steel spin ball.
Mm-hmm.
Unbitten part of Eric's chest area, lifting up his shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Is going to apply the spin ball down onto it. So I'm trying to basically wring whatever the water is outside of him.
Really weird, really bullshit roll spin. Alright, and then just with that water goes all over the room and the writhing also stops for him.
Lucy's going to basically place him to the side away from the water that's been expunged from him.
Yeah, of course.
And actually, he's going to give it the trick. He's going to give him the tricky.
She is going to hold on to him like the most precious thing in the universe.
Aw, they're cute. This is sad.
It's very fucked.
Hi, Dean. I'm going to do the same thing to Dean. Well, at least we can tell that it's the water itself doing that. Okay. These two... How long have they been out like this, Tricky?
About a day. We've been stuck there ever since the wave hit.
Right. That's bad.
I know. I have...
God, I wish we had Elisar here to take a closer look inside. Well, that Elisar's gone.
Lucifer, please.
Ball.
I need to level something with you. She's kind of shaking and she holds a hand up and just kind of tugs on your lab coat.
Yes, Tricky.
The giant fish that attacked us, the reason it left is because I played dead. So...
You played dead?
Yes. I just... down. And it left. And whatever it did to her and everyone, it was enough for it to leave. I've just been holding on to hope that someone will find us. Trying to reassure Val. And just...
You did good staying alive.
Do what you needed to.
Why would...
Murphy, get us out of here.
Yeah,
Yes,
on
we
it.
should go get Blessed Elisar.
You're gonna hear her go, please, it might come back. I don't want it to come back. And you pass by the ship, leaving it behind. Congratulations, you found the lost members of Iso-Tilla.
Yay! Happy Jared, kinda. I wish they had more than 0 HP.
Are you continuing towards the mountain? Is that the plan?
The current plan is to go to Mount Evans.
Alright, Elisar and Larry, you managed to make your way into the shuttle loop, which has appropriately been completely submerged. Yeah, as you come down here, everything's a mess.
You know, I'm kind of amazed that the water didn't wash away all the butterflies in the ice here.
Yeah, it looks like they're all still here.
How are we gonna fit you through that?
Good question. Hey, you know what part of the reason why we're down here? Can I do a scrapping roll in the ice?
Sure.
I'd like to try to use spin, specifically with the gyroscope, to try to redirect the flow and create like a current in this underground space.
Yeah.
I'll try to redirect the flow into like maybe get them to group up into like a suspended crystal here that we can collect.
Yeah, sure. You do exactly as you plan. And it seems like, yeah, the butterflies respond really naturally to spin. Seems like you're the perfect conduit for them. 15 scrap worth of butterflies?
You know, I guess that'll work. Go check on the Garden of Chains and then see if we can find them.
Fly like a butterfly? Can't. Eated them all.
Nom. never wanted to be an astronaut. And now I'm stuck as one.
Alisar thinks to himself, who the hell doesn't want to be an astronaut? What is he talking about?
At least this is probably as close as I'm gonna get to being one.
You will see that the door has been smashed open.
That makes sense. Wave washing into it, smashing it open.
Doesn't look like it was smashed open by a wave.
Or
No.
smashed out, or a big fish. It could have been a big fish with a warhammer.
Give
What do
me,
you
give me a brains roll, Larry. This is going to be a really easy thing to tell. Okay, you almost didn't notice it. Yeah, the door was bashed out from the inside.
Actually, picks up the door handle that's lying on the floor out here. Never mind. Definitely bashed from the inside. Well, keep your wits about you, because I don't have a fucking shotgun down here.
Alisar's going to float down the hallway, continuing after Larry. But just gotta keep an eye on their 6 as they go.
Oh boy.
Can you give me a brains roll, Duncan? Yeah, you do catch something behind you.
Okay, immediately. Arm is gonna go out and stop Larry before it goes any further. A finger is gonna kind of like motion like back towards the direction that they came.
What's up? Right, you can't talk.
The gyroscope is going to start spinning. It's going to creep back kind of like up to the corner and just kind of like peer around.
Oh, fuck me.
Tali, which corner was it around? Is it back from
This
where we came
direction.
from?
Back from where you
Okay.
came from. It seemed like something was moving in the darkness.
Okay.
Did you see what it was?
Alistar seems to be like ignoring you right now.
You and I should not be in the same enclosed room at the same time. I'll make sure nothing comes from this direction.
Yeah, Alistar's going to quickly like back up,
Mm-hmm.
shut this door,
Mhm.
and yeah, just make sure that they're both in a room where can't exactly move his arm around a lot in that very tiny hallway.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I have no idea, but it looks like everything is probably not in a good state right now.
Oh shit!
Down here.
Hang on.
Question, does this look like it's just been like washed out and filled, or does it look like a lot of shit in here is smashed?
Seems like a lot of shit in here was smashed.
Yeah, alright. Keep your eye back there. I'm gonna go check on things.
Hey, Elisar.
Yes.
That wasn't there when you came in.
Oh no. I remember you from episode 2. Oh no!
We've got a problem, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought you couldn't teleport through water, you little shit!
Fucking.
Didn't used to be able to.
Oh no, it's a learning point? No!
Oh.
No! Oh, my suit is definitely conductive. Why, what's going Oh. Fuck me.
Errant sparks just seemed to be running along the door.
Alistair's going to continue moving into the Garden of Chains.
You know what? I think the thing we should check is whether or not the top of the base got fixed. We should go check that now.
I'm gonna reach out the hand and pry that sucker open if it's like
Okay.
locked.
As you do so, yeah, things look bad in there.
All right, gyroscope starts spinning up, and he's gonna that's breach and clear.
All right.
Be in the room. There we go. Oh yeah, this looks bad.
Everything
I knew it
looks
was
like it's been knocked over. There are chains strewn about. There are broken machinery, glass floats in the water. There are marks of destruction and banging and bruising on everything. You can see the carcass of the whale has fallen to the bottom, shattered.
Honestly, I was expecting more. Considering the writhing of the other things nearby, I was expecting a shit ton more. Where is the good doctor?
Yeah, and the where the good doctor was once rooted is completely vacant.
Notably, there's nothing where he used to be. Yep.
Wait a minute. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Is there
wait,
is there a hole to the surface?
Wait.
You look up. Yeah, there sure is.
Great. Okay. Well, we know he's not piloting the whale at least, so no radiation death beam.
Hey, Larry, you hear something behind you. Just a...
Yeah, I see it.
Alright, Elisar is going to kind of like turn back over his shoulder as well. Knowing that they're probably being pursued by this thing, is going to lower an arm down for Larry.
What are you trying to do? You just going up?
Yeah, he's just going to like scoop you up his arm and he's going to begin ascending.
Okay, here we go.
Alright.
Start bringing us up.
The console underneath you starts to spark and glow.
I should have known not to go too close to the machinery. Wait a minute, Tali.
What's up?
Fresh water's not conductive.
Yeah, about that.
Damn it.
Its head comes out. Aimed at you.
Oh, it's
Here we go
already
again.
fully charged.
Yeah, it is! Yep.
Well, shit. I'm going to be trying to chuck you.
Larry's in like the worst possible way.
I'm just going to be trying to iron defense it.
Okay. As you are blasted with electricity, it is going to deal 6 to you.
Alright, reducing that by 5.
And Larry is tossed over this way, floats out into the middle of the ocean, and you will see the light goes away from it. And it sort of floats out, drifting into the air, right about here. And then...
Fuck me, I'm a passenger, let's go.
Bro, just burnt 2 of my resolve.
You see more sparks down below. As now that $5 steak floats up into the air, it's damaged. Like, considerably. In fact, it seems to be missing its back half. And you look down. Oh, there it is.
Nice. Fucking 3 of them.
So, guys!
Great. It's my toasters.
Oh, there's fucking 3 of them. There's probably even more. Larry is grabbing hold of Act 1's non-knife hand, which is currently the kind of fucked up hand, to catapult myself in the suit this way a little bit. So I'm floating down this way, because I don't have full flotation activated, so I am still falling slowly in water. And then Act 1 is gonna make a mad dash, try to stab this jerk in the eye.
Alright, you stab your knife in, and an eruption of vines comes out of its eye, kind of all swirling around you. You're gonna do 6 damage to it. It seems to float listlessly there. $5 steak has an effect called, you're a Pokemon player, it's basically rough skin. If you make a physical attack against it, you're gonna take some damage. So you'll take 3 unopposed. But that steak floats there listlessly.
I thought that was just the tail.
Big chunk that seems to be focusing on Elisar is going to swim up and try and bite down on the cage.
Okay.
And it's got its teeth locked around one of your bars. The other one down here looks down at the spark, dives down, and swallows it.
Yeah.
And then it is going to start swimming over to the corpse of the other one.
Can I, since it's trying to latch onto the central core, can I transfer spin from my central core to it?
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Can I, in theory,
Rotate it?
get rotated, idiot?
Yeah, sure. Try for it.
Awesome.
You do so, you turn it on its tail, and you see, basically, as it's upside down, a spark appears in the air, just kind of flies up, around, and down into a pipe.
Okay. I'm going to take cover behind this ledge then.
Okay. Larry, you are floating and slowly falling back down. I would say you're about 10 feet off the ground right now.
Mark 2, can you be a little more fucking careful?
Fast fish, this gear.
Takes a knife
Yeah, I know careful is not in your vocabulary.
and points it up at the shark.
Fish.
Wait, did he just... Did you speak English this whole time?
Editor's note, the German word for fish is fish.
Yes, but Larry's too stupid to know that.
Fish.
I'm gonna see if one of my ghosts can like try to jump on the spark and cause it to snuff out. It won't do anything. Larry's
Nothing's
just
gonna happen, yeah.
You should get Ghost to bite it back.
It's range distance, and he just bonks against it like a fucking glass door. This guy, instead of waiting here, is now gonna wait on top of your spinning thing like he's an extra blade to launch.
Okay.
Because of course he is. They all have the personality of Act 2.
Hey Duncan, do you want to hear something really fun that Elisar will notice while he's down here?
Pengu?
So the penguin's still open.
Pengu. Wait, is that where the good doctor escaped through?
Hey look,
Oh
that's
no,
Larry.
wait, it just goes right over there.
You can see Larry through it.
I was really funnily thinking
Larry.
I'm just gonna slowly drift this way towards
Larry,
the penguin too.
a spotlight shines out of the penguin towards you.
Well, that's not oh wait, that's Elisar. Oh fuck, that's where I'm landing. Well, let's hope I don't get smacked. And as for Act Soldier, this is the Garden of Chains. I want to go grab a chain and pull it up to wrap it around it and like trap him like a propeller and wind him.
If anything, maggots would probably be helping you with that. So yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Can I use speed for that so I can get them quick
I
enough
think
to
so.
stop it?
Up and around and wrap it around, and you got it caught like a fucking tuna in a can.
Is it gonna get out of this almost immediately by electrolyzing? Probably. But
Hey, for the time being, it's very confused. Hey, you guys ready for a steak brains?
how do I get out of being rapid?
Which end has the brains, the head or the butt? I cannot lose.
Not a great roll, but it don't fucking matter, as you're gonna see a spark just kind of coasting along. Oh, hey, look, it's Larry.
Oh boy! Come on!
Oh, Derbs.
The one that's up near Act 2 is gonna try and bite it.
You're just gonna roll speed to get out of the way.
Yeah, sounds good. Dodge around. It seems like you've just thoroughly confused this one.
I'd like to throw my gyroscope up at that machine's arm, and because... Is it like the same structure that Circle and Squirrel uses?
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Okay, I'm gonna try to power it using spin and have it take a swing at Sharky Ball.
Oh god, that's fucking awesome. Alright, roll spin for that. And the arm whips back around, donks it. It floats up into the air away from its little note. It's gonna take 4. You see it start biting at the chains. It has not realized that it could get out of this by molecularizing that.
Oh. And I'm gonna hide underneath the whale.
Okay, you're underneath the whale carcass. The skeleton body tilts back around and looks at you. Oh god, it's still alive. What?
Nope.
And then you notice, no, it's just the thrashing. It knocked it over. It's dead.
Anyway, slowly floating down. Still hasn't hit the ground.
Don't forget, old Sparky's coming.
Yeah, I'm aware. Act 2's gonna see, oh, I can just hit it with things that aren't, that I'm not, you know, me, and that'll hurt it. So he's gonna come up here to this hook, cut it off, and drive it down like an anchor onto it.
Fuck yeah. That could be a precision roll. The anchor donks it in the head for 1. It shakes around again. Spark starts to dissipate and you see, big guy.
Oh, fuck me. As he opens his mouth, I'm going to... Can I channel him on into the water around me?
Yeah.
Through the suit?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I'm gonna throw a water plate in his jaw and try to cut off his bottom mouth.
Fuck yeah. That sounds awesome. Okay, so as you launch your arm out, it essentially chomps down on the arm, grabbing on and gripping into the titanium. You can feel it squeeze through. You're gonna take 3. And there's just a psh, psh as water starts to dribble into your arm. Hey Larry, can you roll me bronze? Okay, you're gonna take an additional 1 damage as the water starts to burn your arm.
It sounds like Larry's in trouble.
Dumbass up here. Okay, it's gonna try and bite the chains. Oh hey, it rips off some of the chains. It gets out. Let's go.
I've always wanted to try this. I'm gonna sneak up, following through the rib cage of the downed whale.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm gonna come up behind it, and like right behind it, I'm gonna lift up the gyroscope, so it's between $5 steak and the whale. I'm gonna start spinning the gyroscope. I'm gonna try to spin all the spin to create a current leading from $5 steak to the whale. I'm gonna try to dematerialize $5 steak and have all those butterflies go to the whale instead.
Oh.
It is going to start dematerializing, and you will see flakes of red exposed to the water. It's gonna take an additional 5.
God damn.
As the butterflies go back around and land down here and crystallize on the whale.
Nice.
I could use a few of those to patch a hole in my suit.
I should have actually redirected them towards Larry.
So my arm is in the jaws of Mr. Shark, Mr. Steak.
Yep, Mr. Steak. Both of you are rising in pain from the water. It's a fun time.
I can make him so much worse. My hand's inside his mouth, and I have a mod, and a mod can control ice, which is what his entire body is made of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make, instead of my hand is inside his mouth, my hand is inside of a gauntlet of ice.
You're
Trying
just
to
gonna
cover
steal.
the hole.
You're just
Yeah, I'm
gonna
just
steal his butterflies.
I'm gonna steal his butterflies, and Act 2 is gonna pop down here.
Dude, imagine you got into like a knife fight with like a mugger in like an alleyway, but you knew how to convince his atoms to part from each other. You knew how to convince his molecules to disassemble their fucking hydrogenous bonds. And you just turned them into a pile of goo.
Okay,
Just
it's
'cause you
gonna
asked
take
nicely.
8 unopposed, and the butterflies are going to immediately transfer to your hand.
I'm gonna take like a chunk of his jaw.
Holy shit! As you do that, the water that's in its mouth immediately singes it, and an eruption starts to come out of its mouth, pushing your hand out and pushing the steak body back. Just like such.
LSR, can you catch me? LSR, I can't stop, help.
Just like half a head rushes down here. Oh, yeah. And it rushes Act 2.
Run the fuck away.
Yeah.
Can I do a scrapping roll on the last remaining $5 steak?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we did.
What LSR does is sends the gyroscope out, flying in an arc, and when it reaches this point, it's going to start like spinning right here, generating a current, and like it's going to pull off all of the ice and butterflies that are forming around $5 steak, and it's going to like coalesce around the gyroscope instead. He's going to bring it back. He's going to be like, "Yep, those butterflies are mine now."
All right. Fistful of butterflies, and the motion in the room slows to a dull roar.
Oh shoot, Larry's falling.
That entire battle took place in the time it took Larry to go in an arc across the room. I love that.
Like, wait a minute, I do the cool thing where I fucking catch Larry right as the battle ends, as the last fish corpse falls to the ground. Fucking catch Larry right before he goes into the portal. He's going to try to put Larry on his head like a hat, but he's actually going to shove him into his face. Elisar's going to rush over and pick you up by your shoulders and get you back up on your feet.
Oh.
Well, that sucked. Here. He's going to rush over here to like where he has like a shelf. And he's going to pick up that ice crystal that they collected earlier, come back over, and as you're like still getting it out of your feet, he's just going to shove it into your arms and then point at the map.
The map with the hole.
Yeah, the map with the hole. He's like, go back to base, get yourself patched up, then you come back, alright? Can't have you taking on any more water like that.
Oh, that, right, yeah. Did you already throw, where'd all the scrap metal, did you already throw the scrap metal through?
Blast point, yes, I did.
Oh. I'll be fine later. I think he broke the ice one too. It's really annoying. Really stings.
What a bastard. Well, I'm glad that we were able to afford him this small mercy of stilling his rage. Whoever
Whoever
that is.
I'm pretty sure those were Val.
Those were Val?
Come on,
Very well.
shark motif.
You know what? You're totally right. Never made that connection before.
This Larry is sent back. We'll come back next time on Polar Night 11. Yay! Night 11! Night 11! Yay!
There was no new art, but still.
11.
There was no new art!
It's a rarity.
Besides
But
the
no one
concept
died.
art, if you want to throw that in the
I'll throw that in post because I'm probably gonna clean that up for that scene.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Tali, as soon as you said, like, oh, you see like a vessel that's in the shape of like a rectangle, I was like, oh yeah, that's totally Val. Either it's the convoy
I love
or
how-
Val literally fashioned them into like some sort of like flotation device, like a vessel.
Yeah, I'm like,
and the reason it's a rectangle is
That
because the
not
Val works with
ship
90-degree
shapes. Why are you
angles.
constantly talking about like it's a ship? Ships aren't rectangles.
Oh yeah, no,
I was
that
like,
was
oh,
a
yeah,
total
that's
bait and
100%
switch. I wanted to just freak you out
to a
with it.
certain degree, my brain was like, to a certain degree they are, but like, not really. They'd
It's
say
eerie.
Tali would
It was
say
eerie.
ship shape, not rectangle.
I
It
also
was definitely
guys,
eerie because I was like, oh, Tali's definitely gonna be throwing like at least one more major curveball at us. I didn't know if that was it or not.
You guys are so close.
Yeah, I was
so
also thinking about
close.
joking that we were just floating over where the thing is, and you can just look up and be like, "Oh, there they are." And you see like a plane flying over the big hole from 25.
See a plane flying over the Garden of Chains, yeah. No, that legitimately will start next time with that. That's a great idea. Love that.
Rescue! Oh no, wait a minute.
He's the only one who would see it because I've just gone back through. So Elisa would look up, be unable to tell anyone, and have to figure out what to do at that moment.
Tali,
I hope-
when you were narrating that whole scene with them discovering the survivors,
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna make that way more dark than you did. I thought you were gonna reveal that Tricky fucking ate everyone.